Back in our editor, if we open our core.js file and start typing document.ready and function. Okay, we're going to look for our grid link, on click. We want to execute the function. And we go for our products div, and we fade out at a speed of 300. Then on a callback, we execute another function. And inside of this function, we do this dot add class grid. Then, dot fade in at the speed of 300 again, and we want to set the cookie using this cookie function from the cookie plugin we've downloaded earlier, and we're going to create a cookie with the name list grid, and the value assigned to it will be G. Then after all this, we're going to type return false. Okay, now if I copy this entire thing, for the other button, we have list, on click, products fade out, everything's fine here. Then we remove class grid, we fade in, and we set cookie list grid to null, which will simply remove this cookie. So that's all fine. Now, before the document ready, what we need to do, because if we save the file, go back to the browser, refresh the page, and now click on grid view, it changes the view and everything's fine. Obviously, everything's working the way we would expect it to work. But if we now click on a grid view and refresh the page, you can see it's going back to our list view. So obviously, we need to make sure that whenever page loads, reloads, it keeps the selected value. So if we go back to our browser, before our document ready, we're going to create the self-executed function. So function, and inside of this, we're going to first create a variable called cc for cookie, and we use our cookie function again to get the list grid cookie and assign its value to our new variable. Now we check if cc equals G, which would mean that we've selected the grid, that the grid view is currently active. Then product dot add class grid. Else, if we copy this line, remove class grid. So if it's G, add class grid. Otherwise, remove this class. So if we save everything, go back to our browser, refresh, because previously we click on grid, you can see now after refreshing, because of this new function which we've created, the layout stays because the cookie is set to grid. Okay, now I'm clicking on list view, refreshing the page, it stays like this. I'm clicking on grid view, refreshing the page, and it is the grid view. So that's everything in this series. Hope you enjoyed it. Any comments? You can obviously use our comments form.